Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to another edition of Ringo TV Reactions. I'm your host, Ringo. We are back again with another one. Make sure you rate, comment, and subscribe to the channel. Yeah, let's get to work. So what we're going to be dealing with is the topic of Nolan Wells' mom pretty much being fake on camera. That's right. You know, only on Ringo TV do we break down the truth that nobody else really is talking about because, you know, they don't really care about the truth. But me, I just focus on doing what needs to be done until people wake up. I want to show you the tape that Nolan's mom put out where she's basically being fake in order to raise money by playing with the minds of the people. As you can see by the thumbnail, one side, you see her acting like she's wiping away tears. The other side, you see her laughing and cheesing and smiling because she took everybody's money by exploiting her son's death. Y'all keep thinking that this woman is mourning. This woman is laughing. So I want to go to the tape, find out what's going on. Shout out to Lori. See you in the live. Appreciate you stopping by. We're just going to get to work. As we continue, people will show up. If they don't show up, who cares? They'll show up when they show up. But we got work to do. So as you come in, guys, you know the drill. Hit the like button. Subscribe to the channel if you're new. Let's get into this wonderful audio of a video that Nolan Mom's put out on her social medias. And what's interesting about the audio is that when she released it on the social media, the background was filled with music. So it was kind of distracting because it had like this music in the background to make you become more emotional. So being that I'm a tech, I removed her vocal from the music so that you only hear her. No added music to try to make it emotional. I want you to hear her voice for what it is. What's going on, Brown Sugar? Appreciate you stopping by. So let's get into the tape. Again, we're talking about Nolan Wells' mom caught on tape being fake to reset the algorithm so people can continue to give her sympathy and raise more money as requested by Ben Crump. You be the judge, guys. Let's go listen to these tapes, find out what's going on here. Shall we? Let's get into this content, guys. Let's do what we got to do. Let's go.
I hope everyone is doing well. This has been a trying week for sure. I feel like I am just all over the place. And it has been like, I don't even know the word to describe it. I'm holding on to my faith. My husband and I are leaning heavy into each other in our faith and our family and our friends that are showing up for us. But it's hard. Every day is different. Every second is different. Grief is different. This grief, I've said it before in a previous video, this grief is just different. I miss my baby. I miss him.
Do you see what she's doing? Do you see the game she's playing? I miss my baby. Nolan is a grown man. Let's go.
coming into our room and laying across the bed and just talking about this day.
So let me get this straight. Nolan, a male child, comes into your room, lay across the bed to talk about his day. Boys don't do that. Ladies and gentlemen, boys don't do that. Girls do that. That's not masculine. Boys don't do that. Do you understand me? I want you to picture what she's doing here. She's making it seem like she missed him coming in the room, laying across the bed like a girl, and having pillow talk with her about his day. Boys don't do that. They don't. That's effeminate. That is something that would make sense if a girl did that. Boys don't do that. I've never did that. I don't know any boy that do that. That's weird. But she needs to sell you these wolf tickets in order for you to feel sorry for her. Now keep in mind, guys, watch this. The funeral is over. Tyler Perry paid for her funeral. She made $800,000 on GoFundMe. Colin Kaepernick paid for her autopsy investigation. She received various other monies from other celebrities, including Tyler Perry, right? And various other celebs that was at the funeral. Possibly got movie deals, book deals, was received on various news platforms. Her social media is increased to the point that she's now able to monetize on certain platforms. But she's here playing this sympathy card still. Shouldn't she have already moved on? Think about all the other families that lost loved ones that need support. She's like, fuck them. I need everything. I need y'all to feel sorry for me for the rest of my life. That's what I need. I need y'all to think only about my son, who was out there drinking, mind you, underage drinking. Nolan and all his buddies and friends on that island was stank drunk, possibly using drugs. But up to now, you haven't heard Nolan's mom talk about her son who is underage drinking alcohol. Up to now, I haven't heard any accountability from the parents on, did you know that your son was out there drinking? Notice, nobody's talking about it. Ben Crump not talking about it. The mama not talking about it. Keep in mind that Nolan was able to spend a night outside the house, doing his own thing, living his life. See, it's my personal belief that Nolan's mom didn't have no control over him. Nolan was a grown man making his own decisions. Y'all acting like Nolan was 12 years old. They said that Nolan was at the Horn Island with a white girl. Y'all made this all about race. Nolan was trying to fuck a white girl. At least that's what they want us to believe. I personally don't believe the man is a man. I believe that he's more on the feminine side. Based on videos that I see floating around the internet, the things that I seen him doing, I'm like, nah, something ain't right. But they want us to believe that he was with a white girl. So if he was with a white girl, no 18-year-old is going to be with a white girl, or any girl for that matter, if he's not trying to lay pipe. Right? We see Nolan in photos with other white girls. We see him hanging around white friends. So Nolan loved white people. So why his mother made it a race issue? Why now? You see? So what she's going to do is she's going to play on your emotions to make you feel sorry for her. That's what she did on her social media page, because she want more money. Why her GoFundMe is still active? Let me go read it for you guys, because a lot of y'all play dumb and y'all don't understand that you're being hustled every single day. I try to warn you guys. Y'all keep getting mad at me every time I do content. I'm like the only YouTuber folks get mad at. And I'm the only one speaking the truth. It's like you would like for me to lie to you, which is crazy. I can make more money lying to you. If that's what you want me to do, let me know. Because it seems like that's the thing that's popular now, is lying to viewers. But let's go. Let's go check out the GoFundMe so that we could pretty much see what's going on. So I'm on the GoFundMe page now. I'm going to get a screenshot so I can bring it in to show you how much they earned and so we could read the GoFundMe description, because they haven't updated the description. They haven't done anything. They just kept it the same way. And I want to read it so I can show you guys that this is fraud. And what's so sad about this is most black folk, they're not smart. They're not intelligent. So it's like when you show them this, they just react with, oh, you're just jealous. You're pocket watching. Nobody's focusing on the fact that this family got rich overnight and they're still trying to make more money. Even after their son was put underground, they're still trying to keep the money coming in. When is it going to end, guys? It can't end as long as you're dumb. You guys get mad at me when I talk about these topics. You get mad at my tone. You get mad at how I talk. I don't give a fuck how you feel at the end of the day. My job is to do my job. If you don't like the work that I do, why are you watching me for? I'm the only one on YouTube keeping it real with you. I don't got time to sugarcoat, guys. I cannot stand fake ass people. You understand? The problem with a lot of you is that you're not accustomed to being around real people. That's why you get offended, because everybody that you're around every day, they fake. So it's like in your mind, you think the people you hang around is real because they act like they're your friend. They act like they're nice. They are the type of person that basically practice situational ethics. So whatever the situation called for, they just adapt to it. So even though I don't like you, the situation says I need to be friendly in order to get favor from you. So I'll kiss your ass just to be on your good graces. But I don't really like you. That's where a lot of you are with people right now. You're surrounded by fake people. Well, I'm real. I'm like one of the last of a dying breed of real people that are not fake. So if you're the type of person that you're accustomed to being around fake people, you're not going to recognize when you're around a real person. You're just going to get offended. Imagine, I don't even know you, and you'll get offended. And we don't even know each other. If that's how you are when you watch me, then how you are when you interact with people in the world. Do you walk around with a chip on your shoulder every time? Everybody got to be perfect when they're around you. I gotta kiss your ass. I gotta say all the nice words unless you're gonna cry like a bitch, or you're gonna be a mature adult. I'm 49. I expect that when I'm talking on camera that I'm talking with adults, people that have reasoning skills, people that can think clear. It's like most people are NPCs today. They wear their feelings on their shoulder. They cry every minute. They complain about everything in life. They have selective outrage. They're just easy to manipulate. Like, we live in a sick world right now. You have a Filipino woman. She plays the race card. Basically subpoenaed all of Nolan's friends and major apps that these kids frequent to try to, I guess, blame the kids that they had some involvement with Nolan Wells' death. For some reason, she just can't get over it. Your son is dead. It's time to move on now. You got a free funeral, free autopsy test, $800,000 in cash. So it don't make no sense. It's like, at this point, what more do you want? Like, you're abusing people at this point. Nobody don't want to see all the fake tears. Like, stop being fake, fam. Like, it doesn't make any more sense, guys. You know? So let me show you this on the GoFundMe before we continue on with what we're doing here. Right? So this is the GoFundMe. As you can see, the GoFundMe is still up. They made $787,000, guys. Like, come on now. This is not a black woman. This is a Filipino woman. I keep telling you guys, is that a fucking black woman, guys? That's a Filipino woman. Her son is Filipino. He decked his hairstyle out to make it look like he got a damn fro. Do you understand me? This is the ultimate deception. That man is not his biological father. That is a stepdad, guys. Stepdad. It already done been proven. So this woman basically lied to the community, right? Manipulated people via social media garnering up all sorts of sympathy. She's online reading negative comments, but then want to come back on social media to say she don't like the fact that people are talking about her negative. Why the fuck you on social media? I thought you're supposed to be grieving. Like, guys, let's be real. When you have any loved one that passed away, why would you be on social media reading comments from people that you don't even know and you worry about them and you take their comments to heart of people you don't know? When my mom passed, I wasn't on social media for a whole month. Do you understand me? I didn't go to work at my 9 to 5 for about 2 weeks. I took about 2 weeks off. I had went to work. It was actually around the time when I was really needed on the job. So, if you're one of those workers that are very loyal and you love your job, you go to work all the time. I ain't never missed days off from work. I was always there. And when my mom passed, I tried to go in figuring, well, I don't got nobody to talk to. Maybe I could talk to one of my coworkers or whatever, or just, I didn't even work. I couldn't work. All my coworkers was looking at me like, what's wrong with him? I never walked in there and said, yo, my mom died. I didn't do that. I was just quiet. Supervisor was contacted. He came through. I was sitting outside. He sat next to me. He was like, yo, you good? And I stayed quiet. He's like, you all right, bro? Like, what's happening? Talk to me. I was like, my mom passed. He just kind of stayed quiet for a little bit and just kind of looked around, I guess, to gather what he was going to say, because you got to say the right things. You can't be no supervisor at that moment. You got to be human. We lack that in today's day. A lot of people are not human anymore. So he was like, say less. Hey, just take some time off, man. You know what I mean? Take as much time as you need. I'll take care of the paperwork. Don't worry about, whatever. I'll make sure everything is good. You will fill out whatever leave of absence and all that other stuff when you get back. And I didn't go back in for like 2 weeks, but I stayed off social media for a whole month. And guess what? I didn't come on social media to tell my viewers that my mom passed. I never told them. When I came back, that's when I told them. I didn't set up no GoFundMes. Hey, I need to bury my mom, gang. I need $500,000 to bury my mom. I didn't do none of that. So when I look at this family, guys, I see fraud. I see manipulation. I see people that are lying to the people, and they've been lying too long. And the buck must stop, guys. We got to stop funding lies. So every time somebody die, that's what you raise? How come this family haven't talked about the fact that Nolan was an alcoholic, possibly using drugs? He's underage and he's drinking alcohol on a boat. But nobody's talking about that. How come you don't hear none of his alleged parents talking about this kid underage but consuming alcohol? But nobody don't want to factor in what may have caused his death. He could have been using drugs, alcohol, all of that stuff, and he drowned. But nobody's factoring that. Instead, she made it a race issue so she could target white people. And when I talk about these issues, the black community, rather than them use logic and common sense, instead, they basically blame me and say, oh, you don't like black people. What does that have to do with anything? You don't like black people. That's the typical thing that ninjas do when you're intelligent and black and you speak against bull crap. They'll say you don't like black people. This don't have nothing to do with liking anybody, because I don't care about all that black and white shit. I don't want white friends and I don't want no fucking black friends. You know why? Because people are evil today. I like staying by myself. I don't know about you guys, but in my world, I stay to myself. I stay the fuck out the way. I don't want no friends. I don't want to be around nobody. I like being to me. When you have friends, you got drama. When you have too much people around you, there's always somebody fucking jealous and talking. Even when you don't got nobody around you, somebody jealous of you, talking about you. But I find that I have more peace not having no friends. Do you understand me? That's how I roll. So when I hear people saying, oh, you're making content because you're trying to please white people. Really? They're not sending me no money. So I would be wasting my time. So why you say that? You say that because I'm speaking the truth and I'm not like all these other YouTubers that lie all day. And I don't take sides. I'm not on Nolan's family side and I'm not on his friend's side because I don't trust none of these people. Because somebody know how Nolan died. His family don't care. They care about money. His friends don't care. They care about protecting themselves. Do you understand? This Filipino woman is acting like she's African American, knowing good and well she's a full-blown Filipino. But the black community is so damn dumb, they crowned her as African American. Up to now, nobody don't know who the biological father of this kid is because it's not that man on the left. That's the stepdaddy. Y'all been lied to, man. The media lied to you. The mother lied to you. Right? They got all of y'all gassed up with all of this selective outrage. How many of you show this much attention to your own family? How many of you, your family called you, hey, bro, I need some help. Hey, bro, could I borrow some money? Hey, bro, I'm behind on my bills. Hey, could I get a place to stay? You rejected your family. But when it comes to Nolan, justice for Nolan Wells. Let me send all my money to his family. A lot of you guys, you won't even take the time to visit your children. You won't even take the time to give money to your baby mama to take care of your babies. But you got time to say justice for Nolan Wells. Make that make sense? It's called selective outrage, and it's something that black people struggle with. All we got to do is just play on your emotions long enough and you'll fall for the okie doke. I got multiple videos on this platform proving that Nolan is Filipino. His mama is Filipino. Y'all keep calling these people black. Yet, Christine, that's the mother's name, her father identified her as his Filipino queen. That's right, guys. I'm going to show you that later on in the stream. But let me get to this GoFundMe so I can show you a couple of things, right? Because they still got it up, which means they still capitalize and offer the people. It says, in love and memory of Nolan Xavier Wells. Our hearts are broken beyond words. Nolan Xavier Wells was a beloved son, grandson, brother, friend, and teammate whose life touched so many people. His smile, kind heart, and love for others left a lasting impact on everyone who knew him. After an intensive search involving countless volunteers from the United Kojun Navy, first responders, law enforcement, the United States Coast Guard, and organizations from across the region, our worst fears became reality. Notice their worst fears. So they already done knew, right? While no words can ease the pain of this unimaginable loss, we are deeply grateful for every person who searched, prayed, shared his story, and stood beside our family during these difficult days. As we begin the painful journey of laying Nolan to rest, we are asking for help to ease the financial burden placed on our family. Notice that, guys, financial burden that was placed on their family. What financial burden was placed on their family? Nolan wasn't the provider of the family. Nolan wasn't the breadwinner. So what financial burden came on the family if this woman was a so-called medical practitioner making all this money, and you got the stepdad who's supposed to be making his own money? Two people in the house working. What financial burden you got? Talk to me. Because he dead? I'm not buying that. Right? So it goes on and it says, we are asking for help to ease the financial burden placed on our family. Funds raised will be used for funeral and memorial expenses. That's a lie, guys. That's a lie. Because Tyler Perry paid for the funeral. So when she says funds raised will be used for funeral and memorial expenses, celebration of life services, where is that? That didn't even happen yet, guys. That didn't even happen. Where's the celebration of life services? Where's that? We ain't even see that. Right? So it says, they're going to pretty much use the funds for expenses, celebration of life services, and any additional costs associated with honoring Nolan's memory. We will also, now watch this. This is the part that you got to read. We will also use these funds to investigate what happened to Nolan and how he died. They didn't do that. They did not do that, guys. What investigation are they doing? It seemed like only social media is doing the investigation. Then it says to pursue legal and just consequences for Nolan's death. How could you when you have no suspect? You have no suspect. So how could you pursue legal and just consequences when there's no arrest? This is how they manipulate you. There's nobody. There's no arrest. No foul play. There's nothing there. No evidence. How could you pursue legal action or anything against anyone when you don't got anyone? It makes no sense, guys. It says to pursue legal and just consequences for Nolan's death and to fight for transparency and justice in our pursuit for the truth. Now watch this. Any remaining funds will help the family treat and manage the mental and emotional anguish associated with Nolan's disappearance, his death, and all the unanswered questions and mystery surrounding his death. Now, you have to think about this. She writes mystery surrounding his death. Keep in mind, this GoFundMe was made July 6th. So right when the body was taken from the water, she already called his death a mystery. A mystery. Think about that. Right? So out of all this money, $800,000 was raised, and you folks don't have a problem. You guys cannot see. A funeral don't cost $800,000. Tyler Perry paid for it. Colin Kaepernick paid for the autopsy. So they got away scot-free with literally $1 million off their son's death. So basically, they got paid after Nolan died. That's crazy. And yet nobody got a problem? Nobody can't see the grift? Nobody can't see the hustle. Let's get back to the tapes, gang. I'm going to wind it back to the top. Let's go.
I hope everyone is doing well. This has been a trying week for sure. I feel like I am just all over the place. And it has been like, I don't even know the word to describe it.
Fake?
I'm holding on to my faith.
She says she's holding on to her faith. Faith don't work, guys, in this game. If she had faith in God, why God didn't solve the crime yet? I'm tired of people talking about faith. That's all bullshit. Let's just call it what it is, guys. Can we be real? Can we be real for once and stop being religious? You know, everybody's talking about God and prayer and all this other shit. Where is God in all of this? Since God knows everything, right? Okay. If the pastor prays to God and God talks to the pastor, why the pastor can't just tell you who did it? Why God didn't just come down in a burning bush and say, okay, this person did it? If everybody's supposed to be praying, why these prayers didn't work? See, it messes up your whole religion now. Now you got to question your whole faith. You got to figure out, whoa, you're right. You're right, man. It's like we programmed to just believe bull crap. Yeah, that's right. You're programmed to be an NPC, a robot. That's the placebo effect. Your mind is programmed. I'm keeping it real with you. You're going to get mad because one thing people don't like is when you keep it real. When you keep it real with people, they don't like that. It bothers them because I'm telling you the truth. She says she's holding on to her faith. What faith? Your faith don't work. She wants you to believe that she believes in God, but she's robbing people and being fake. God don't like that. God don't like ugly. You online being fake. Being fake. The original video had a bunch of music in the background. To those of you that are in the live chat, if you saw this original video on her platform, can you confirm that it actually had music in it? Because I took the music out. I took the music out of the video because I want you to hear her voice with no influences of music to play with your emotions. I don't want none of that influences to play with your mind. I wanted you to hear her voice for what it is. So she's telling us that she's dependent on her faith, but yet she's doing makeup, guys, makeup in a mirror with her camera set up, right? That's what she wants you to do. She wants you to believe that she's just in the house feeling sad all day, but she got time to do press conferences, walk around with Ben Crump. But when she's in her house, she wants you to be like, oh, she's going through it, man. We need to feel sorry for her. I'm going to be praying for you, sister. You calling her sister and she's a Filipino. Let's go.
Like, I don't even know the word to describe it. I'm holding on to my faith. My husband and I are leaning heavy into each other in our faith and our family and our friends that are showing up for us. But it's hard. Every day is different. Every second is different. Grief is...
Shout out to Mongoose for joining the membership. Appreciate you supporting the work that we do. Hope you have a great stay. Says you're unique individual. What she's doing should be punishable by some law. Yeah, it should be. It's called fraud. It's called taking advantage of people. Fundraising without a cause because she never paid for nothing. So the fundraiser is a fraud because she said it's used to pay for a funeral. That fundraiser should be reported to GoFundMe because she never used it for what she claims she's using it for. It's fraud. Guys, if you start a GoFundMe and you put in your description that this GoFundMe is used for funeral costs, XYZ, and Tyler Perry publicly made it clear that he paid for it, then her GoFundMe is fraud. She lied. GoFundMe should not even have her GoFundMe up because she never used it for the purpose. Never did. And it don't cost $800,000 to have a funeral. Let's get back to the content. Hit the like button.
It's different. This grief, I've said it before in a previous video, this grief is just different.
Notice she said this grief is different, that she said it in a previous video. Ben Crump been putting this woman to come on social media and play this sad sympathy card, right? Every other week, she do this, guys. She put out a new video to play with the minds of the people so they could join in, feel sorry, start sending more money to the GoFundMe.
I miss my baby. I miss him coming into our room and
she's trying to make herself cry.
Laying across the bed and just talking about his day, updating us on everything.
Keep in mind, this woman never cried at the funeral. You never seen her cry on television. This woman never cried a day throughout this entire case.
I miss seeing his smile. I miss his hugs. I miss hearing him say, I love you, Ma.
How come we don't hear the stepdad saying these things? Have you noticed, guys, the stepdad is not on camera doing this? You notice that? How come the stepdad is not doing this? How come we don't see him? Oh, I'm so sad, my son, and I'm just grieving. I'm just in the house. I'm hurting all day. He don't care. They put her to do it because they know if you see a mother and she's expressing her feelings, it will win your heart. But not me, because I think logically. So when I see this crap, I see the bull crap right through it.
I just miss all of those things.
She's lying.
And I know that we will not have that again. I will not be able to hear those words. I will not be able to put my arms around him.
Keep in mind, she's doing this crappy makeup stuff while trying to act sad. Who does that? Only a narcissist would do this mess. Let's go.
Like, I know that. And we're just trying to make it through.
Notice, she making her eyes water up. Keep going.
And we've had so much love from everyone. But we've also had a lot of hate.
Notice, we had a lot of love from everyone, but we also had a lot of hate. Why would a woman who's supposed to be grieving would have the time to be worrying about hate if your son died? Why would you even be wasting energy? Let me read the comments. See what they saying about me. What? I don't like that they said that about me. That's not right. Why they not celebrating me? Why they not support? I need all these people to support me. Why they saying what? They saying that I'm a fraud, that I'm not really a good mother. No, they're being mean. Who got time for that if you're grieving? You wouldn't even be on social media. But she's busy counting and looking at what people are thinking. That's how you know. That's how you know that she's trying to pick and choose what people are saying, because in her mind, everybody's supposed to be on her side so that the money could continue to go up. Peep the game.
And we've had so much love from everyone. But we've also had a lot of hate. That's one thing I don't really get on any of my social media and talk about, is the backlash, the hate that we're receiving, because I don't really like to give those things attention.
But you're giving it attention now. She's being fake, y'all. She's playing the people.
I really want to try to just focus on those who are supporting us.
Those who are giving the money. Notice what she just said. I just want to focus on those that are supporting us. Nolan was already buried, but she's still looking for more money.
Who are asking the most important question. I don't care about all these other questions. I truly do not care, because me and my family, we don't owe anybody anything.
Wow. Me and my family don't owe anybody anything. You see the truth just came out? Do you see that, gang? Her and her family don't owe y'all shit. I told you this woman is a fraud. Y'all don't believe me. So basically what she's saying is, you cannot question me about nothing. Just feel sorry for me and shut up. That's basically what she's saying. So if you even consider the possibility of her doing something wrong, lying, or just criticize her, she see that as hate. You're just being negative. And then when other people who are supporting her see you, they'll look at you as a party pooper, a bad person, when you're being smart by questioning what you see her doing. You know, always ask questions, guys.
Me and my family, we don't owe anybody anything. The only thing we did initially, we just asked a question. We asked, what happened to Nolan?
No, that's not what you did. Let me show you what she did. Just in case the world forgot. Let me go get the receipts. Let me see. Let me go get these receipts so that you guys can pretty much see this. Let me go find this. Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? Okay, here we go. Is this it? Yeah, this is it. This is it right here. I think this is it. Yeah. Check it out. This is what the mother did. You see that? July 5th. Remember, Nolan got pulled out of the water in July 6th. This is July 5th. Christine Wonsley. Look what she did. She put this out there. She put this out there, accusing Nolan's white friends of killing him. Somebody said, Ringo, she didn't come out and say that. She never said that with her words. She said that by posting the photo. We're not dumb. Because watch this, gang. If Nolan was missing, right, and she wanted us to know who Nolan is so that we could find Nolan, but she didn't have no photos, right? You going to tell me a mother don't have a single photo of her own son that she could have posted on the web? She got photos of him. She didn't want to post that. She wanted to make it a race issue. So she published his white friends because she knew that if you could post this picture like this, it'll make the world begin to judge. But now everybody's drinking, guys. Do you see that? Do y'all not notice that? Everybody's drinking, gang. Check it out. Watch this. Let me give you some more receipts. Look at this. She posts this. Look at Nolan's hands. So everybody drinking. Underage drinking. So Nolan clearly was under the influence of alcohol and drugs, allegedly. And up to now, the mother of Nolan Wells have never addressed the possibility of her son dying due to possibly drowning by being, highly intoxicated. Nobody's talking about these things. Like, nobody. Like, look at all these kids. And I call them kids because I'm 49. My eldest daughter's 18. So you're dealing with a bunch of 17 to 18, 19-year-olds, possibly 20. So when I look at them, I see kids, Look at what's going on, gang. Underage drinking. And nobody's holding nobody accountable. Why? Because if you focus on alcohol, beer, drugs, it changes everything. This kid could have been high. He could have been using some sort of drug. Could have had fentanyl in his system for all we know. You don't know what this kid took. And he died. And what did the mother do? She said, you know what? I'm going to blame white people. I'm going to blame white people. Now, keep in mind, Nolan had no problem with his white friends. Nolan didn't look at his friends as racist or white supremacists. No, he saw these as his buddies. Right? But that's not what the mom did. The mom published this on her Facebook on July 5th. Now notice what her comments say. These are people on her page, her friends. The ringleader on the right. Watch what I tell you. It's something about this picture. They're going to say he fell. But if you look at it hard, the guy on the left of him has his hand on his leg, and the one on the right side has his hand around his shoulder or whatever. You see that? But nobody's talking about Nolan's hands around both of these guys. But do you see how people was already judging the white friends? You see that? Somebody else says that one on the right looks suspect. Do you see how they all judging based on race? You see that? You don't see Christine in the comments saying, hey guys, let's not do that. Those are his friends. I didn't post a photo for that. No. Notice the beads. Look at the beads. What's the reason? And why doesn't the one with the shaken up bear have any? They're focused on beads, guys. Petty, stupid stuff. They actually looked for him and called for help. Notice, at least this person here have some sense. At least that person have some sense. They said they actually looked for him and called for help. Right? But now, again, guys, let's just say the mom had no photos of her son and she really wanted this photo to just kind of help with the search of her son. She didn't have to publish their faces. She could have blurred their faces, right? She could have did this, guys. She could have did this. Watch this. You see that? You see what I'm doing? You see what I'm doing? She could have did that. She could have been like, my son is missing. Anybody seen my son? His name is Nolan. This is his picture. She could have did that. But no, she wanted she wanted you guys to see that he was around white people so that the race games can begin. Then she hired Ben Crump and started a GoFundMe on the 6th. She started her GoFundMe the day Nolan's body was taken up from the water. Nolan's body was recovered on the 6th of July. The mother started the GoFundMe on the 6th. Let me get that receipt. Watch this, gang. Watch this. I'm going to get this receipt for you because a lot of people, they have a difficult time understanding this. But let me get the receipts so I can show you, because you're not going to believe me if I don't show you the facts. Right? So let me put this on the screen. Again, guys, be sure to click the like button. A lot of times you guys, you come to the shows and you don't hit the like button. The like button is the most important thing you can hit because that's what tells YouTube that you guys are enjoying my shows and they recommend my shows to more people so that we could get the messages out there. If you don't hit the like button, it's like you're sabotaging the work that we're actually doing. You know? So always make sure you're hitting that like button, right? Let's put this on the screen. Okay, now watch this. Notice, you see the GoFundMe? Look at the day. Created, watch this. July 6th, 2026 is when they created the GoFundMe, guys. The very same day Nolan's body was taken out of the water. Who has time to be thinking about money when your son was taken from the water? Grifters. It is my personal opinion that this mother never loved her son and that Nolan was a blood sacrifice. And we don't even know. Have anybody thought about this, gang? Now, this is how I know that something is not right. I'm going to explain it in a minute, right? Let me do this. I want you to think for a minute. This woman is supposed to be some sort of medical professional, is in the medical field or something along those lines. How come she don't have insurance on her son? So you mean to tell me a mother and father who works don't have no insurance on their son, but needed you to pay for a funeral? And she's supposed to have this great paying job, making all this money. Y'all can't see that y'all got played? This woman is supposed to have all kinds of insurance on Nolan. And you know she do. And you know she collecting. Life insurance. All sorts of insurance. That's right. Especially if you're in the medical field, that's something you're supposed to know. So you mean to tell me his stepdaddy didn't care to have insurance on his boy? When I tell you guys, they're just playing y'all, man. That's why I got to do this content so I can show you guys the truth, because nobody ain't going to believe me if I don't break it down. So let me rewind it back a little bit. Hit that like button. Let's go. Hold on.
Me and my family, we don't owe anybody anything.
Wow.
The only thing we did initially, we just asked a question. We asked, what happened to Nolan? That's it. That's the question we asked. and everyone went crazy.
You see that? She said, we asked the question and everyone went crazy. That's what she wanted you to do. Do you see that? She's not taking accountability for the fact that she started a race war. Are y'all seeing that? She's saying that she asked the question, but everybody else went crazy when she put out the pictures of his 3 white friends with him on the boat hanging out. You know, for whatever reason, she felt if I could put this photo out with these kids, it'll make everybody look at the situation as if a black guy were killed by white people. And you know how it is on social media. I cannot stand these Negroes that are on social media. They're always making it a race issue with everything. You got YouTube channels that are ran by black folk. All they do is talk about racism, white supremacy, sundown towns, and how white people are the devil, and all they're trying to do is kill black people. And they do this in order to make money because they know most black folks, they fear white people. I'm just being honest with you. Most black people in today's day, they fear white people. They really do. Because if you go to these platforms, the people are so engaged in this type of content where they feel that if you're black and you're around white people, somehow you're in danger. They're going to kill you. In other words, if you got white neighbors, you better not hang out with them because they're going to kill you. And this is what these YouTubers are teaching their black viewers. And what's so crazy about this is when I do content like this, black content creators, they make videos and they say, oh, I'm trying to make white people happy by doing videos like this. So you're telling me that my entire audience is white? Really? My entire audience is white. Well, where's all the money? Since white people got all this money, I should be making a lot of money. Where's the financial support from white people? Because I don't got none. Where's all the white people that support Ringo TV? Where they at? Where's the $1,000 cash apps, $1,000 super chats, $500 super chats? Where's all the money? Since white people are the ones that support me, where's the money? Because I don't see none. But this is what they do when you're black. You're not allowed to have an opinion. If you're not kissing the ass of Nolan Wells' mama, who is Filipino, mind you, if I'm not spinning the false narrative of, oh, she's African-American. She's not African-American, guys. Check my platform. I already did multiple videos, found out her nationality, everything that we need to know, guys, everything. And up to now, people are still in denial about this truth. She's Filipino, guys. I already said this 1,000 times. Let me go gather a receipt for you because some of you might be new. You don't know what's going on. You have no clue. So, from time to time, I got to go back into the files and actually bring some things up so you guys can see. So let me see if I can pull this up because it's just sick that in today's day, people, it's like they don't want to hear the truth. You show them the truth, they get mad, they cry, and they label you as a person who's just doing what you're doing for white people. I don't know what that means. That don't even make no sense. But this is what they do. Let me see where this clip is. I have so many images, so much proof. It's just crazy. Let me see. I'm going to have to put some of this stuff in a folder, Is this it? No, not that. I'm coming up to it now. Okay, that's one. Okay, I could use this photo too. Yeah. We're going to use this photo. So let's keep that there. Right? Let's see. There's another photo I want to use. Where is it? Let's use this photo. Boom. Let's use this photo. Right? Okay, now let's break this thing down because no other YouTuber is doing this because everybody's been bought and paid for already. So now, what we have on the screen, guys, are receipts. Christopher Wells Sr. is this woman's biological father. He is Samoan. He's not African American. But look what he says on his Facebook. Look at this. Notice what he's saying. SW YD and wish my Philippine princess, Christine Wells Wonsley, happy birthday. Did he call her his African American princess? No. He says, my Philippine princess, Christine Wells. This is her biological father calling her Philippine. But yet, everybody mad with me. I agree with her father. She's not African American. Because he's not African American. Right? Check it out. Check it out, guys. Check this out. See, Mom? And wish my queen happy birthday, Mom. That's not an African American woman. That's not an African American woman. Y'all got played. All of you got played. Check this out, fam. These are not African American. This man is Samoan. Do you understand? Do you know how many people on this earth have melanated skin? Y'all call people black just because they got melanated skin. You got a Samoan dad, Philippine mom. What? And you know what's even more crazy, gang? Let me see if I can pull it up. My goodness. Can I find it? Can I find it, gang? Oh, my goodness. Because y'all say, oh, you making it about race. I'm not making anything about race. I'm showing you what heritage is, bloodline. Because we're not going to have people lying, right? Acting like something they're not. We're not going to do that, guys. We're not going to do that. Let me see if I can find this other receipt, man. It's a powerful receipt, too. Let me see. I think it's more behind. Is this it? No. I think it's a black image that shows that very same guy, right? His mother's father. His mother's father is white. But nobody want to talk about it. Nobody don't want to focus on the reality of the truth. All I ask for people to do is just be honest, man. Stop lying. Is this it? Yeah, here we go. Yeah. Just what I wanted. Boom. Receipts don't lie, guys. Christopher Wells Sr. Look at this. I chose to make this post. Neither Christine or Elmore has anything to do with this. Nolan's death was. Wait, excuse me. Let me read that over. I chose to make this post. Neither Christine or Elmore, I guess that's the stepdad name, has anything to do with this. Nolan's death was a tragedy for our family, but things blew up on social media. And we have entities taking a young man's death, my grandson, and using it to promote racism. Notice, he's saying that other people are using it to promote racism when the mother was the one who promoted this issue as a race issue. Notice what he says. I was born and raised in Mississippi. That's a lie. And yes, racism exists here. Well, why are you there then? If you believe that racism is in Mississippi, why are you there? Why would you stay there if that's what you believe? That's like being in a bad relationship, complaining how bad it is, but you stay in it. I would not want to be anywhere that I feel is just full of racists. So watch what he says. And yes, racism exists here just like it does all over the United States. I cannot stand people that just focus on racism all day. Those are the worst kind of people to be around. I saw and dealt with racism going through school, while I was in the military, and working for a government contractor, after I separated from the military, right? I reside in Mississippi now. It's home. But there are, I guess, counties in this state I wouldn't be caught in after dark. He's one of them sundown town folks that the sundown town, to get them down. Or the sundown town. That's what they love to do. Always talking about white supremacy in sundown towns. So in his mind, he's so fearful of white people, he won't be in a certain place after dark. He says, I said all this to say this. My mother's father was Caucasian. Uh-oh. My mother's what? My mother's father was Caucasian. So this woman, his mother, her father was a white man. Are y'all getting that? So when you look at this family tree, fam, y'all calling these people African American. Oh, no, they not. That's a Samoan family. She has a white father because that white father went to either the Philippines or some other place out there in them regions, some Pacific Islander place, banged that woman, had his son, right? Had her son. He went out there, got with a Filipino, boom, had his daughter. But y'all calling these people African American? Stop it. I ain't buying that garbage. I do lineage research, and I research the lineage to find out who these people are. But what I want you to mainly focus on is the fact that he said, I said all that to say this. My mother's father was Caucasian. If you're Caucasian, you can travel all over this great nation of ours unimpeded. If you're an individual of color, notice he's not African American. Again, he's using an individual of color. You have problem. It said God sits high and look low. It don't say that nowhere. That's not in the Bible. I pray he doesn't wait too much longer to punish wicked. Waiting to see the repercussions of me making this post. God bless everyone that's color blind. Do you see that? So I established that Nolan's mom is Filipino. She's not African American, but she hired a civil rights attorney, which normally always come out for so-called African American. So she's benefiting off the plight of black people where it's convenient for her. And she was able to raise over $1 million by lying. But people want to get mad at me. She's laughing at you guys. Fake crying like she's hurting over Nolan. Nolan is in the ground and she's still collecting money. Let's go back to the tape. Rewind it back. Let's go.
To Nolan. That's it. That's the question we asked. And everyone went crazy. Everyone, and when I say everyone, I'm talking about the people who are being negative about this, because at the end of the day, this might be a joke to you. This might be funny to you, but it's not to me or my family. We lost a piece of our heart. And so I would recommend you stop, because the hate is showing.
This crazy woman is worried about hate when she should be home taking care of her kids. How do you lose a son and you got time to be on social media worrying about what people are saying that you don't like? That tells me that people giving her backlash is bothering her, because what she's been expecting is that everybody going to sympathize with her and kiss her behind. I don't care about her situation, gang. I'm just being honest. I said this multiple times. People keep thinking that I'm out here fighting for justice for Nolan Wells. I'm not. I'm fighting for the truth. The truth. Because this family is grifting. They're robbing people by using emotional methods to keep you engaged. Nolan is buried already. It's time to move on. But no. She want you to keep feeling sorry for her. And she want you to blame white people. You know how wrong it is for this mother to put Nolan's friends out there? How come she didn't do that with no black friends? Black people were at Horn Island too. She picked his white friends to target them in order to trigger deep rooted generational scars that are in Negroes. She knows what she's doing. And she's not even black. And she played you. That's how sick this is. She put Nolan's white friends on Front Street, causing the black community to judge without no facts, no evidence, nothing. This is crazy. And shout out to everybody in the live chat that's in. Have y'all conversations. Let me work, guys. I'm at work. Focus on the show. Enjoy the work. Let me work. And I have no time for side conversations. If you want my attention, super chat the work. Right? Don't get mad if you post a comment and I'm not reacting to your comment and all that other stuff. I am working. You want my attention? Super chat the work. Right? So now, let's get back to the content. Let's go.
If you're not giving uplifting, encouraging words to me and my family, then just stop.
Do you see that? If you're not kissing her ass is the translation. She just said, if you're not uplifting her family, if you're not doing this, then just stop. Stop what? Stop questioning her. Stop criticizing her. Stop judging. In other words, I need for you to kiss my behind. That's what I need for you guys to do. I need y'all to feel sorry for me. I need y'all to send more money because I'm hurting and I'm entitled to you guys feeling sorry for me for the next 5 months. I'm never going to get over Nolan Wells, and I need for y'all to forget about y'all life, forget about what y'all got going on, forget about your loved ones that might be in the hospital sick, right? And I need y'all for y'all to focus on me and my Nolan. Even though there's no suspects, nobody was accused of murdering him, there's no evidence, but let's blame white people. That's what they're doing, guys. Now, if you're black, you probably don't care, but people that are white, they care. They don't like that type of nonsense because white people don't do that. They don't. And when they suffer a loss, they don't come out in the public pointing fingers at the black community and say, you know what? Let me hire a lawyer and my rights were violated, my civil rights. What civil rights? They hired Ben Crump, civil rights attorney. Okay, what civil rights was violated that you need a civil rights attorney? Civil rights attorney, not a criminal defense attorney. Are y'all trying to understand? Civil rights attorney, not a criminal defense attorney. Y'all don't see it? See, when y'all hear attorney, y'all automatically think there's a crime. Somebody is going to get charged. No, you got all different types of attorneys. You got attorneys that practice family law, domestic. You got divorce attorneys. You have copyright attorneys, criminal defense, civil rights. Each one of those attorneys work in a different field. Just because somebody's labeled an attorney does not mean that they're an expert or a professional in all categories. A criminal defense attorney cannot compete with a copyright attorney. A criminal defense attorney don't know shit about what the copyright attorney know in regards to copyright law. He might know a few things, but he don't know all the legalities and the loopholes and all the details. Do you understand? A person that deals with divorce proceedings, totally different type of attorney. You see that? People that have injuries on the job, those kind of attorneys that deals with injuries and pain and suffering, that's a different kind of attorney. He studies a different kind of law. No one attorney knows everything. That's just the way it works. So why this family hired a civil rights attorney? Because they wanted to make it a race issue. A race issue, guys, from the jump. Because you're not going to hire a civil rights attorney for black people. So if Nolan Friends was all black, would we be having this conversation? Of course not. Nobody cares about black on black crime. That don't get no publicity at all. But when you got a white with black, oh yeah. The racists, bigots, the race hustlers, they love that type of stuff. And here's another fun fact. Black people could be racist too. Anybody can be a racist. Filipinos can be racist. Asians can be racist. Whites, blacks, doesn't matter who you are. Anybody can be a racist. But for some reason, it's like the word racist. When you say racist, why is it that as soon as you hear that word, you think of white people? Ain't that something? If you're white and you're listening, why is it that when you hear that word racist, it's like people always, oh, they gotta be white. They're racist. They're a white supremacist. It must be a part of a Klan club. Man, I tell you, bro, I can't live my life just worrying about who's a racist all day. That's fair. And that's why I keep saying that I personally believe that black people in America are afraid of white people. I really believe that. I believe that the majority of blacks are afraid of white people. They fear white people because they're the only group that talk like that. Oh, you don't want to be in sundown town because, you know, you go to a sundown town, and white folk, they don't like us. They really, well, why do you work for them? If you're black and you fear white people, quit your job today. Quit your job. I had some other idiot. He was like, well, why don't you quit YouTube? You're working for white people. No, I work for myself. And number two, I'm not the guy who have a problem with white people. You are. I would not work in an environment if I have so much problems with white folk. So if you're black and you hate white people so much, quit your job. Quit. You ain't gonna do that. You need that money. You need that. The money is more important, right? That's how you know you're not being real. See? So what we have is a race issue that the parents put out there. So they got everybody divided. When, for all we know, Nolan overdosed on drugs, drank himself to death, drowned. Where's the autopsy? The first one. How come it haven't been released yet? What's the holdup? What are they waiting for? What are they waiting for, guys? I'm just tired of all the race stuff. I'm really tired of this, guys. I'm tired of all this race stuff. I'm the type of person that just civilized. I like to just have conversations with people. Doesn't matter what ethnic group you're from. I'm just tired of the fact that we waste our whole life worrying about race issues when none of you would care about what race somebody is if you were in a car wreck. If I'm in a car wreck, God forbid, and you have an Asian and a white guy, and they're trying to, I guess, render aid, I'm not going to be there like, oh, you're white. Could you please send somebody that's black? I'll trust them more. I don't care who's coming to help me, as long as you can save me. Do you understand my point? If somebody's working on my car, I don't care if you're white or black. Are you a good mechanic? That's all. The landscape guy, I don't care if you're black or white. Can you do a good job? Are you a respectful businessman, businesswoman? That's all I'm concerned with. I'm not concerned with all that other stuff. I'm 49. I've been here long enough not to be entertaining all that bull crap. Maybe when you're young and dumb and you haven't been around other groups of people, you're naive. You're not smart. You know what I mean? But when you mature and you grow up, you start to realize that all of us really want the same thing. We just want to be at peace and live our lives and raise our kids. We don't want to be around criminals. We don't want to be around crime. But when we have so many stereotypes and so much hate all over the place, it makes you look at people funny. So the reason why there's a lot of division, it's not because everybody is racist and hateful. Everybody's afraid of one another. People don't even talk with each other no more. Neighbors don't talk. Everybody just stay to themselves. That's the world we live in. It's so bad right now. Something could be happening. Your house could be on fire. Your neighbor would just watch and let it burn. They won't even jump into action, grab a hose, a fire extinguisher. They won't even help. That's where we at now. We're in a world right now. Your kids could be getting kidnapped right in front of your neighbors, and your neighbors would not spring into action. They just don't care no more. That's the world we live in. And it's not a thing of like, well, oh, white people are rocking with white people and blacks with blacks. No, we all hate each other. Blacks don't get along and white folk don't get along. See, for some reason, black people have this mindset that everybody that's white get along. I'm in the South. White people don't get along with every white person. They don't. White people flip on one another. I've seen it. They're not the same. You got different classifications of white folk. You got the Southern folk. You got white folk that come from other states and they think different, act different. They're not the same. And they bump heads. They clash out here. I seen white folk pull guns on each other. Fight. They fight each other. So the same way in the black community, you got black folk fighting black folk. Same thing. It's just that you haven't been exposed to it. So in your mind, you think everybody's perfect. You think people don't got no issues. You know? I've learned that you just can't judge somebody and condemn them because of their skin complexion. That's just it's stupid, man. I can't stand this type of stuff, man. That's why I don't take no sides when it comes to the Nolan Wells case. I'm neutral. I'm not on the friend side and I'm not on the family side because the family is doing too much dirt, guys. They're robbing people. They're lying. Then you got the friends. It seems like they hiding something. I can't accuse them of murder because I don't got no facts. Can I ask questions? Are there red flags? Are there things that just not adding up? Yes. But that's up to the investigators to figure out. I'm just a YouTuber. I don't got the power to put nobody in prison. Right? That's why when you watch social media, some of y'all be dependent on platforms to solve a case. And that might be entertaining. It might be educational at points, but I can't prosecute nobody, especially if I'm not working with any law enforcement or any sort of people that make those decisions. You get what I'm saying? So if I'm not working for any agency that deals with prosecuting this person and getting this person, no matter what I do in terms of content, it's not going to reach anybody if you folks are not sharing the content. That's why we always tell you to hit the like button, share the videos, tell a friend, because you never know who's going to run into these videos. There might be somebody that's at the top that make those decisions. They might see my video and be like, wow, we didn't even think of that. Next minute, my video clip is on the news. And now they're asking the questions. Was Nolan drunk and or intoxicated, or did he overdose on drugs? Because somebody now realized what I've been talking about all this time, that now they published it on the news. So now people asking questions on why the parents of Nolan have not publicly talked about the possibility of him drowning due to drug overdose, due to intoxication with alcohol or fentanyl or some sort of substance that he consumes, something. Or maybe somebody laced something. There's so many different scenarios, you know? We can't rule out all these possibilities and just say, oh, his friends are white, they killed him. Can't do that. Can't do that, fam. Remember, those were his buddies. So you just can't accuse them of murder without evidence. Y'all acting like Nolan was walking through a sundown town and a group of white folk grabbed him, chained him up, and dragged him behind the truck and decided to drown him. Those were his buddies. Nolan was attracted to white girls. Do you see that? He ain't have no black girlfriend. So all you black ladies talking about justice for Nolan didn't care about you. Nolan's love was for some white flesh. They said that Nolan was with a white girl, not a black girl. White girl. All his friends were white. You see that? That's why the mother used the race card. How come she ain't blaming any of his black friends? It's said that Nolan had black friends too. So how come they're not being blamed? How come nobody's saying that his black friends are racist, white supremacists, or black supremacists, I should say? How come? Because you can't make no money with that. You can't make money off of that. Nobody won't care. Remember the case of what's his name? Ken Liverpool. He died just like Nolan. He was on a boat. He was celebrating his birthday. He was drinking. He was dancing at the bow of the boat. He fell over. None of his friends or family saw when he fell over, and he drowned because he was drunk. He was drunk. And up to now, nobody's talking about that story. That story was swept under the rug. Nobody's talking about it. Nobody's saying we need to investigate. Nobody's saying, oh, maybe somebody killed them. Maybe there was some foul play. Nobody's talking about it. You know why? It was an accident. They went out. They went to search for him. They ended up finding the body. He was dead. And all his friends were black. All his friends that was on the boat, no white folk, black. That's why nobody's talking about it. That's why these content creators, they don't talk about it because it's black. They're all black. You can't make money if they're black. You can't make no money. When you talk about holding the black community accountable, you don't earn money with that. You earn money when you can make everything a race issue. Oh, a white guy hit a black girl? Oh, yes, it's gonna make me a lot of money. I could make it into a race issue. I could get all these Negroes invested emotionally. They'll be clicking on my videos. I can make money. That's what they do. But if it involves a black with a black, as soon as you start the video, hey, black man was murdered. The suspect that was arrested, Marquise, he's an African-American man. Once they find out the person is black, they leave the video. They just go to exit the room. Why? They don't want to hear that. But if you say that the suspect is white, oh yeah. Now they could say he's racist. Because black people love to do that. Once you're white, you just get labeled as a racist automatically. We don't even have to know you. They're just going to call you a racist. No proof. No testimonies of your character, nothing. If you're white, they are going to label you a racist. And that's sad, man. We got to really do better as a community because if black folk think that way about white folk, then your fight is vain because you're being a hypocrite. It's like the very things you accuse white people of, you do every day. You complain about racism, but you're a racist yourself. You're racist towards whites. You're unfair. You generalize white people. You accuse them falsely. All the things you hate about white folk that you accuse. And I'm not saying that white folk don't do certain things to blacks, but you generalize all. And you're doing the same thing. So really, it's like, what's the point? You know? You're guilty of the same things you accuse other people of. And no matter how much I share this truth, it's like black folk just get mad. Oh, you trying to be white. We need to take your black card. You want to take a black card from me? I don't give a fuck about a black card. You could take that shit and shove it. I don't care about that. Do you understand me? I'm not concerned with black cards or any of this bull crap. I don't care about that stuff. I only got one life on this earth. I'm 49. I got 4 daughters to raise. I don't give a fuck how anybody feel about me. Do you understand me? All I can do is live my life and then meet my maker. That's it. I don't got time to worry about all that dumb stuff that I have no control over. Worrying about who's a racist or who's white and who's black and who don't like this and what the person think about you, I don't care. So when you see this woman talking about people talking about her on social media, that's because she got caught. That is because she know her time is up and people are catching on to the grift. So she's worried about negative comments. A woman who is grieving should not be on social media reading any comment that she deem is negative. You know, negative comments, positive comments, who cares? Why is she worried about that is the question.
You don't have to leave negative, nasty comments. You don't have to try to create AI videos. You don't have to do that. Like, you literally don't have to do that.
Do you see that? Where does laugh come from, guys? Do you see that? I thought she's grieving. See, that's so disgusting. She's reading a script. She's playing a part. She's acting, guys. She bust out laughing because she can't believe she's acting so well in front of the people. And they buying it. She had to bust out laughing, fam. She busts out laughing and then says the following.
Like, it's just wild. And I have to laugh sometimes to get through this pain.
I gotta laugh to get through this pain. That's bull crap, fam. She's not laughing to get through no pain. She's laughing because it's really funny what she's doing. She's laughing right in your face. And you still sending more money? You still supporting this craziness?
To try to create AI videos. You don't have to do that. Like, you literally don't have to do that. Like, it's just wild.
Is that a woman that's hurting, grieving? She's being fake, guys. And all of this is caught on camera. And I'm sharing this because I want the YouTube community to see the truth, man. She's not real, bruh. She's lying, manipulating her viewers, man.
And I have to laugh sometimes to get through this pain. So for those of you who may feel like, oh, she's not grieving enough, trust and believe. I am grieving. I am absolutely grieving.
No, you're not. You're acting. For you to have to even tell us that you are grieving is a clear act. You don't got to explain nothing to us. You're trying to convince the public that you're grieving. You just finished laughing. Ain't nothing funny. If your son is dead and you're seeking justice, you don't got time to be laughing. Ain't nothing funny.
And just remember too, everyone grieves differently.
No, I don't want to hear that bull crap. I'm tired of people talking about everyone grieve differently. That is a cliche saying that people love to use. Listen, ain't no laughing when you lose a loved one. When my mom died, I wasn't laughing. The fuck I look like laughing and my mama dead? Ain't nothing funny. This woman laughing, bro. I got 4 daughters. Something happened to my daughter, bro. I'm losing my fucking mind. I ain't gonna be sitting on the line laughing, cracking jokes, and my baby dead? But y'all think this is a game. Y'all think this woman is, oh, she's just grieving differently. No, she's playing with y'all. You don't laugh if your baby dead. That ought to be the most painful thing ever. It's one thing to lose your parent and you cry. But imagine you lose your baby. Your baby? And you laughing? Bro, something wrong with this woman, bro. Ain't nothing funny.
So for those of you who may feel like, oh, she's not grieving enough, trust and believe. I am grieving. I am absolutely grieving. And just remember too, everyone grieves differently.
You see how she's programming you? Everyone grieves differently.
Never get on any platform and ever judge anybody because I feel like they're not grieving the way that I want them to. Like,
you see that? She's telling her viewers, I would never go online and judge anyone for the way that they're grieving. In other words, don't judge me. You know, let me just hustle these people and make as much money as I want. Don't judge me.
And ever judge anybody because I feel like they're not grieving the way.
Right. She wouldn't be online. Guys, I said this earlier in the stream. When my mom passed away, fam, I was off social media for 1 month. You know what that does to your AdSense? You know what that does to your earnings as a YouTuber? To not be on YouTube for 1 month and not make no content. I mean, I had a 9 to 5 at the time. So I was pretty much earning a living from my job already. I was just doing YouTube on the side. Really, it was full time, but it was part time being that I was at work. At the same time, I stopped doing content for a month. Stopped. How could I come on YouTube talking about I'm reacting to somebody's video and my mom dead? That don't make sense. Can't do it. So I stayed away. I wasn't reading comments. I wasn't doing that. I didn't set up no GoFundMe. Did any of you folks see me set up a GoFundMe when my mom died? Did any of y'all seen me do any of that? Hey guys, my mom died. We're going through it. The family is grieving. I need $100,000 for this GoFundMe so that I can bury her and, you know, have a memorial service. And I didn't do none of that. So when I look at these families that do these type of things, I'm not saying that you can't have a GoFundMe. Having a GoFundMe is not a crime. At the same time, fraud is at play. This family made a promise and said that the GoFundMe was used for a funeral cost and memorial. Tyler Perry paid for the funeral. So why they don't send the money back to the people? If they're seeking justice, why they're seeking money? Because it's not about justice. It's about making money, guys. It's about making money. They should return all that money. That GoFundMe should have been reported a long time ago because they're not using the funds for a funeral cost. Tyler Perry paid for it. Why can't people understand that? If Tyler Perry paid for it, why did they didn't update their GoFundMe and said, hey guys, my bad. In the beginning, we wanted the GoFundMe for the funeral cost, but Tyler Perry, he paid for it. So I'm going to send back all the money that we took in from the people. They ain't updating nothing, and y'all ain't getting that money back. She ain't sending that money back. That money is for her to keep.
I would never get on any platform and ever judge anybody because I feel like they're not grieving the way that I want them to. Like that's crazy. To even think that there are people like that are trying to tell me and my husband how we need to grieve the loss of our son. Like, it's wild.
Imagine she's here doing makeup, guys, trying to deck herself out, beauty and care and facial stuff, while acting like she's being emotional.
Other thing too, let me make this very clear. What you're seeing on my social media as far as the follower count, that was not there. That was not there before I lost my son. Social media does not pay any of my bills.
Wow. She said social media does not pay any of my bills, gang.
Before this tragedy happened to me and my family, like my social media was somewhat non-existent.
Non-existent. Let's go check out her social media, gang. Because you know how I do. I always get the receipts. I don't play around, fam. Let's go get her Instagram, right? Nolan Wells. Mother's Instagram. Let's get that. Let's get her Instagram so we could check this out. Let's see. That's not it. That's not it. I had it the other day, but I forgot the handle. Let me see. Because what I wanted you to see, guys, is how many. And if any of you in the live chat know her damn Instagram, just put it in the chat, guys, to make things simple. Like, you guys have to learn how to participate, man. Like, for real, for real. If you see me trying to find something, yo, Ringo, her site is this. Make it quick. Learn how to participate, man. That's like I'm searching for directions. We all in the car driving. I'm like, damn, where is so-and-so at? You know where it's at, but you're not telling me where it's at. That makes sense? You in the car? That don't make no sense. Let me see. Let me go to this and see if I can find this thing here. Okay, I found her Instagram. It's Christine.fnp. So I got her IG. Let's put this out there, because I want to show you how this woman is full of shit. Right? I'm going to show you how this woman is full of crap and how she's earning a living from Instagram and various other social media pages, including TikTok and various other sites. Right? Let's do this. Okay. This is the mom's Instagram. Notice how many followers she got, guys. 197,000 followers. You tell me, fam. You tell me. 197,000 followers. Why would this woman even have that many followers? That's the kind of support that she got, fam. So she's making money on IG, TikTok, possibly Facebook too. I don't know if she got a YouTube, but she literally built an entire social media, fam. She built an entire social media off her son's death. Imagine gaining followers, not because people like you, not because you're a content creator, but because they sympathize with you. That's why she gained that. And she got her GoFundMe promoted big on her screen. You see that? And everything that she posts is to gain black support. And she's not even a black woman. Notice all those black people in the photo, guys. This is so sad, man. It's so sad how she's literally gassing up look at all these black folk around a Filipino woman. She's Filipino, posing as African American. And she got the support 100%. And black people eat it up. You see that? That's the so-called hate mail she said she received, where all the person did is put dollar signs, and she called that hate mail. That ain't no hate mail. That's the truth. All they focusing on is money. Now, you know what's interesting, gang? I got to show you this, guys. I got to show you this. I got to show you this, gang. This is gonna be interesting. This is gonna be interesting. Let me see if I could do this. I hope that I'm able to do this. Let me see. As Christopher. Where is the father? Let me do another search. Let me see. Nolan Wells. Father. Instagram. I'm gonna show you this, man. It's sick, man. It's just really, really sick. I don't even know his Instagram. That's Roland Martin. Nolan Wells' father. What's his name? Nolan Wells' father. Elmore. Instagram. I had seen it the other day. Let me see. So difficult to find these damn people, man. It's crazy. Let me just type his name on Instagram and see if it pops up. You know, when it's difficult to find somebody, that's when you know that they don't have a social media life. They don't. They don't have a social media life. Let's see if this pops up. I think this is it. Okay. It has Nolan's picture. Elmore. So this is the stepdad's Instagram. Now watch this, guys. This is how you know that nobody cares about this dude, the stepdad. And maybe there's another page. I don't know. Maybe there's another page, but this Instagram says Elmore. They put a story. I'm not clicking on that because when you click on that, they'll know that you watched the story. But this page don't got no followers. It don't got none. So let me put this on the screen. Maybe there's another Instagram that you guys know of. I noticed that all of y'all in the live chat saying y'all don't got no social medias, y'all don't got this. Well, how do y'all find things out? Like, how do y'all fact check things? Y'all just depend on a YouTuber to know? It's like, if I'm showing you something, you're supposed to be able to fact check stuff so that you know what's going on from the horse's mouth, because I could be lying to you. You know? So let me put this on the screen. Notice Elmore. You see Nolan. Notice Elmore. So this is the so-called stepdad. You see that? Only 713 followers, gang. How come he ain't getting no love? How come he got 700 followers, but the mom got 197,000? Because nobody gives two F's about Elmore. Nobody cares about him. The focus is the mother. She's the one that the grift is being used. Everybody's following her. She's getting the support. If she were to leave Elmore right now and get a divorce, nobody wouldn't even be thinking about that guy. This is how corrupt the system is. The man never get respect. Never. Sad, right? But that's just the way it is, man. Her social medias blow up. His social medias is dead. Sad, right?
It does not pay any of my bills.
Listen.
As far as the follower count, that was not there. That was not there before I lost my son. Social media does not pay any of my bills.
But the people are. You said social media not paying any of your bills. You just received $800,000, woman. That's from social media. Think about this, guy. She's insulting you. She said social media does not pay any of my bills. That's what she said. But social media gave her $800,000. $800,000 from social media. Of course, social media is paying her bills. You know? Shout out to Kyle. Is that Kyla? I'm not sure if I'm pronouncing it properly, but shout out to you for joining the membership. Appreciate you sponsoring the show. I'm pronouncing it properly? Okay. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Appreciate you sponsoring the show. And see, guys, those of you that are in the clouds, that's all you have to do. Just join the chat. You know what I'm saying? You don't have to be scared to join the live chat. The live chat is supposed to be a safe place where you could actually have a conversation with like-minded people. You can have disagreements. I'm not looking for an echo chamber. You have a lot of people that question why I have a live chat that is members only, because YouTube allows that. Like, what's the problem? Why are you worried about me having a members only live chat? It's a privilege to comment in my live chat. If you want to live chat on other platforms for free, then go over there. Over here, we have civilized conversations. And keep in mind, you can always post a comment after the live stream is done for free. So what are you complaining for? Right? It's for people that want to support the work that we do. Right? So let's get back to the content, guys. Let's go.
Before this tragedy happened to me and my family, like, my social media was somewhat non-existent.
Non-existent. Her social media was non-existent. Non-existent, guys. But now she have 197,000 followers. That translates to money. You see that? People following her for no reason other than the fact that that's Nolan's mother. But they're not following the stepdaddy because they don't respect him. Why the stepdad don't got that much followers? Why? Because nobody cares about him, man. Nobody cares about that guy.
So for those of you who are speculating on whether or not I'm making money off social media, let me be the first to tell you I am not.
You are. You made 800,000 off social media. You forgot? Did this woman forget that she have a GoFundMe up? Did she forget that? That came from social media, woman. How you gonna say you didn't make no money from social media and you were if it wasn't for social media, you would never be able to earn that. Nobody in your community gave you $1. It's social media that did that. She's lying right in your face, guys. She's lying to you. She's boasting and bragging like, I didn't need social media to make no money. This is crazy, man.
And yes, I know I do not have to explain myself.
You don't have to explain yourself, but you are, because you know you're guilty. That's why you're explaining yourself. You feel guilty about robbing the people.
Not have to explain myself to.
She is trying to be black. That's one of the biggest problems that I got. And again, if you're Filipino, hey, be you. You know what I'm saying? This is not to express any sort of hate towards Filipinos or whatever the case is. This woman is trying to be black. She's trying to blend in. And I don't like when people do that. I don't like when people try to make their hairstyles look similar. She don't have a typical black woman hair, nothing. She's literally trying to blend in, have the mannerism. And again, if she got with that other dude and that's the stepdad, of course, if he's laying pipe on her, she's going to start to look like him. You know, that metamorphosis women go through. And this is where a lot of people think, oh, she's black. No, she's not. She's Filipino. You guys have to stop, man. Stop calling this woman black. She's not.
Anyone. But, sometimes just saying these things, it doesn't make me feel better. But talking about it does help me process what I'm going through.
She ain't going through anything, guys.
That's the biggest thing is I'm trying to process my grief. I'm trying to process the situation.
If you're trying to process it, why are you on social media talking to us? Because to be honest, most people don't care. I'm just being honest. Because I'm not here fighting for no justice of Nolan Wells. I'm here fighting for the truth. I'm tired of all the lies. I'm tired of people manipulating people for cash. And that's what she's doing. I'm not on the side of Nolan Wells. I'm not on the side of Nolan's friends. I'm on the side of the truth. I want to know what really happened so we could put this case to rest. Because this mother is grifting and she's trying to make money by making you have sympathy for her even after she had a funeral paid for free. She got a free funeral and still stole the money from the people.
Because again, like I stated before in my Facebook post, I don't have the luxury of falling apart.
She don't have the luxury of falling apart, she claimed. And if you were to read her posts on Facebook, everybody is like, you right. Us black women, we don't have the luxury to fall apart. They all in her Facebook calling her a black woman, guys. I think everybody's blind and y'all want this woman to be black so bad when she's not, you know? And here's another thing. Let me see if I can pull this up because I do this all the time and it's like, people just don't get it, guys. They really don't get it. So I guess I got to do this again. So let me go find her family again, guys, because we do this all the time. Let me go get her Filipino family because some of you didn't do the research. So you wouldn't know. You don't have a clue. But I'm going to show you her family. Give me a minute. Da, 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 da. Somewhere here. I think it's in the downloads. But let me just keep searching. I probably got a photo in here somewhere. I don't know if I do. But it's probably in the downloads because I remember I downloaded all of the photos from that family. Let me see. I don't see any. And it's so crazy. I posted in my video the other day. Let me check my download folder. Probably in there. Check the download folder. It gotta be in here. Gotta be in this folder. Let's see. Oh yeah, here we go. Here we go, gang. Here we go. Boom. Boom. See, y'all keep getting deceived, fam. I'm trying to show you that these people are Filipino. You see her family? You see her family? That's her family. You see them there? You see her? That's her family. They're not African American. I don't know what's wrong with so-called black Americans, but y'all are slow as fuck. I'm literally showing you guys. And y'all still in denial. Y'all got played. That money going to the Philippines, fam. Her Filipino family is rich. They're going to live good. Because why? They like being deceived. You see? That's her family, fam. She's not a so-called black woman. She's posing. She's Filipino. Look at her. That's her tribe. Y'all got played. I know it sucks. I know. But don't get mad at me. I do my research. I told y'all this from day one. Y'all got mad at me. You making it about race. I'm not making anything about race. I'm showing you her heritage, her culture, her bloodline. I don't want nobody posing like African American, deceiving the people. No, can't do that on my watch. But that's what she's doing. Let's go.
when you are trying to find out what has happened, my grief, I'm trying to process this situation because, again, like I stated before in my Facebook post, I don't have the luxury of falling apart. I don't. When you are trying to find out what has happened to your child, to your loved one,
you're blaming white people. Do you see what she's doing? If you don't know what's happening and there's no proof and there's no evidence for nothing, why you keep accusing his friends? And you just, listen, they subpoenaed guys, the kids, and the websites. Let me see if I can pull that receipt. Give me a minute. Let me see if I can pull the receipt. I talked about this in my last stream, but let me see if I can pull this up. I think this is it. I don't know if this is it, but
New at 9, parents of...
Hold on, let me get the volume on my end. You most likely probably was able to hear it, but on my end, I couldn't hear it. So let's get this so you can see what she's doing right now, guys. Check it out.
Parents of Nolan Wells's friends and local officials were reportedly sent notices of intent informing them to expect...
Notices of what? Let's go.
New at 9, parents of Nolan Wells's friends and local officials were reportedly sent notices of intent informing them to expect lawsuits in connection with the investigation surrounding Wells's death. According to our media partner, the Sun Herald, those letters were sent by a Richland law firm, Carroll Bufkin PLLC, who is working alongside civil rights attorney Ben Crump. It is unclear at this time who exactly received these letters, but we do know they instruct recipients to immediately preserve all evidence in their possession in its original form and directs those recipients to suspend any automatic deletion or overwrite functions that could destroy evidence.
Do you see what they're doing, gang? That's what this mother is doing. She subpoenaed these boys to try to get their devices, their digital devices, their cell phones, threaten them with lawsuits about don't delete this, don't delete that. Isn't it kind of too late for that? She's trying her best to pin something on innocent kids. Again, I don't know Nolan's friends, but without proof, it is wrong to try to accuse them falsely. It's wrong. If I got proof that Nolan's friends killed them, oh, best believe I'm going to cook them. They're going to get cooked. We're going to have them on heavy rotation. But if I don't got no proof that they committed a crime, then I don't got nothing. I could speculate, I can question things, but I can't just come out and say, oh yeah, they killed Nolan, like these YouTubers are doing right now. Can't do that. You could get in trouble for that. And that black woman that did that audio enhancement garbage, she might be in a serious mess right now, gang. I warn you guys, because that's tampering with evidence and you're trying to frame somebody for murder by alleging that something was said that was not said. She manipulated viewers into believing that something was said on an audio tape of these kids basically making a distress call of their boat sinking and try to make it seem like there was a dead body on a boat. I hope she get arrested. Like, really? I hope she do. I hope she get arrested, charged with some sort of crime, something. Because what she did to try to promote herself and her business, not realizing that she jeopardized her business for being dumb. That was a dumb thing for her to do. Let's get back to the tape.
you don't get that grace and luxury, or at least I don't. So I hope you guys have a great day. Have some things you have to do today. But again, to those of you who are showering me and my husband with love.
Showering her and her husband with money, not love, money.
You. We see the messages We see it all, but specifically to those of you who've been so supportive, I can't thank you enough.
That's called love bombing. What she's doing is called love bombing. She have to kiss butt to make you feel like you're appreciated. She did this every week, guys. Every week she dropped a new video. Crump tell her to do this because that is what would keep the engagement up of the people. Be like, oh, wow, she really is thankful for us. Let's send more money.
And I hope you guys have a great day. I'm so sorry this video is so long. Please just continue to pray for me and my family as we're navigating not only the loss of our child, but also trying to grieve.
Trying to grieve? Really? I thought y'all supposed to be fighting for justice.
Trying to process while being on a national stage.
While being on a national stage. There you go. National, she loving that part.
So, there's that. Thank you.
You see that? National stage. Isn't that interesting?
And I love you guys. Have a blessed day. Bye.
She don't love none of you. She don't know you. How could she love you? She don't know you. You can't love people you don't know. You can't, guys. Y'all know this. You can't love people you don't know, man.
Hi. Good morning, Boo Bears. I hope everyone is doing well. This has been...
Notice, she had on her glasses. Are y'all getting this? I want you to see how she's acting. She had on her glasses at first. Because if you're doing makeup and all this other stuff, your glasses would have been off because you washed your face. You prepped your face. You did all of that stuff. This is an act. She's doing this for the camera.
Is doing well.
She's like, oh, snap, I forgot the lens on.
This has been a...
She was supposed to start the video without the glasses on. She messed up. She was supposed to start the video, the recording, with the glasses off so it looks more natural. You know, like you just got out the shower, you wash your face. But no, she had them damn glasses on.
Is doing well. This has been a...
You can see the way she took it off. It's almost like, damn, I forgot I had the damn glasses on. Look at how quick she took them off.
I hope everyone is doing well.
Oh, snap, the glasses.
This has been a trying week for sure. I feel like I am just all over the place.
She's feeling like she's all over the place. Guys, you can't see the mental gymnastics, the games that she's playing. Like she's just sitting in her house, just depressed, all over the place. But when she's ready, she's on the news media, dancing with Ben Crump.
And it has been... like, I don't even know the word to describe it.
Grifting?
I'm holding on to my faith.
You're holding on to your faith or you're holding on to your wallet, your purse?
My husband and I are leaning heavy into each other and our faith and our family.
Your faith in your family. That's to make you think that she's a Christian, a believer in Jesus Christ. All of this stuff is bogus, fam. She cares about money.
And our friends that are showing up for us.
Is your friends white?
But it's hard. Every day is different. Every second is different.
Think about this, guys. Nolan's funeral became a pep rally. You ain't see none of his friends so that they can pretty much offer their support and their words. They ain't let none of them friends walk up there. You see that? They let Crump and Al Sharpton take over that entire funeral.
Grief is different. This grief, I've said it before in a previous video, this grief is just different. I miss my baby.
Now she says, I miss my baby. Well, what's she telling you for? What's she telling you for? What's going on, Corey? I see you in the building. Make sure you guys hit the like button as you join in. I had told you guys I was coming on like around 2, but hey, it is what it is. I come on when I come on. I still got to get the work done because I know, as for me, people gonna show up regardless. Everybody's in different time zones. Some of y'all up all night. Some of y'all work. So hey, it is what it is. I'm doing my content for the people that show up, right? But she's trying to get sympathy out of you guys. Y'all gave her enough already, man. She's literally acting at this point.
I miss him coming into our room and laying across the bed and just talking about his day.
So every day Nolan walked into your room, laid across your bed to tell you about his day. That's feminine. Boys don't do that. Boys do not do that. Boys do not go into their mama room, lay on the bed to tell their mom about their day. That's a lie. That's a lie. At 18 years old, Nolan was out drinking. See, she's lying to you folks, fam. That's what I don't like. I don't like the lies, man. Check it out. That's Nolan. He's not laying across no bed telling mama about what he doing. No, he outside hanging with his buddies. What kind of lie she pulling on us, bro? This kid was out getting drunk, underage drinking. Why nobody's talking about that, guys? Now think about this, y'all. We got 433 people viewing, right? 433 people viewing, only 260 likes. We should have 434 likes. But this is what I got to deal with when speaking the truth. I want you folks to ask, I want to ask you guys a question, whether you like my content or not. Think about what I'm saying here. Nolan he was underage and he's drinking. And till this day, the mother never questioned alcohol may have played a role in his death. Think about it, guys. They're drinking beer like crazy and alcohol. It's not just beer these kids were drinking. They were drinking alcohol, living it up, getting wasted, toasted. The more you drink, the better when you hanging out. When these kids hang out, the more you drink, the better. Now, guys, I don't know about you, but drinking and being in the sun is dangerous. Drinking and being in the sun, hot weather, is dangerous. It's not cool, fam. It's not cool to be drinking and in the hot sun. Some say, oh, it's a little too early for that. You know, when hits the afternoon and it kind of, you know, the sun going down. That's why it's called happy hour for a reason. You know, happy hour. You get off work. You and your buddies go to the bar. That's the right time to have a drink. Hang out with your friends. But to be drinking all throughout the day in the hot sun and you in the water, that's dangerous, man. Come on, man. And keep in mind, Nolan didn't have on no life jacket. Y'all remember when the family, not the family, Nolan's friends was on that boat and their boat was sinking? What did the dispatch say? Do y'all got your life jackets? They said yes. Okay. So if Nolan is on a boat with his buddies and he's in water and he's drinking, why he ain't have on a life jacket? Come on now. Man, I tell you, man, these people, man, they just playing in our face. That's why I said somebody know what happened to Nolan. That's why I disagree with Officer Tatum's position on not necessarily on, you know, the truth. What I disagree with Officer Tatum on is the fact that he's siding with his friends as if though there could be no wrong in them. I wouldn't do that. I can't judge his friends as, oh, they killed them because they're white. I can't do that because I don't have no facts. But I can question certain things like, guys, you're his friends. Nobody seen nothing. Nobody heard nothing. You know, it's kind of suspicious. You guys said that Nolan was with a white girl. And then the white girl says she left him and said that Nolan went back with his friends. Those are two stories, man. Somebody's lying, y'all. Somebody's lying. We need to get down to the bottom of that. Somebody's lying. The girl, the white girl, I think her name is Katie, she said that Nolan went back to his friends to the boat. The guys on the boat said Nolan stayed behind with Katie. Somebody's lying. So I think alcohol and or drugs played a role in Nolan Wells' death. He drowned. He probably fell off another boat. He probably was wasted, toasted, doing something stupid, standing on the edge of a boat while it was still sailing in motion, and he fell off the boat drunk. And all those other people that probably was on the boat was drunk, and they just couldn't save him, and he died. That's what I'm believing. I don't believe that one of his friends wanted to kill him. That I don't believe. So let's just nip that in the bud. I, Ringo TV, don't believe that one of Nolan's friends purposely said in their mind, I'm gonna kill Nolan today. I don't believe that. That I don't believe. What I believe is there was an accident. Something happened. Either the kids were using drugs, either they were just consuming a large amount of alcohol. And somehow they were so intoxicated. Nolan probably was at the bow of the boat dancing, doing something goofy. Fell off the damn boat and nobody saw. When he went in that water, he drunk, panicking, can't swim. That's it. You're dead. And I believe that somebody may have saw. That's where that's my position. Is that somebody know of it, but they're so afraid they won't say nothing. Similar to, watch this, guys. Where is it? Did I ever take a screenshot of it? I don't think I did. I don't know if I did. Let me check. Did I take a screenshot of it? I don't think I did. I think I just kind of talked about it. I don't think I took a screen. No, I didn't take a screenshot. No. Where is it? I don't even know where it is. But I know I was telling you guys about it. Let me see. Maybe it's, I don't know. I don't think I'm gonna be able to find that. But yeah, I know what I'm talking about. I was talking about the situation with the kids that was fearful after that other black kid drowned, and they tampered with evidence. I'm looking at that case, and it's kind of reminding me of the possibility of the Nolan Wells situation, meaning that the Nolan Wells friends may have witnessed Nolan drown or fall off, or even if they didn't see him fall off, they know he was on the boat and realize he's not there no more, which means he may have fallen off the boat, and for whatever reason, they panicked, said, yo, I don't know what happened. I don't want no blame in this. Let's just go. I don't know who did it. I don't know who. But that makes logical sense. Because what else could be the cause of this? What else could have happened? There's no other way around this. You know? There's no other way around this. Nolan Wells died via either drug overdose, large consumption of alcohol, and he drowned. But I don't believe that somebody murdered him on the 4th of July. If everybody is out on Horn Island celebrating 4th of July, why would they be thinking about, oh, let's just murder this kid? Nobody's thinking about that. I'm not buying that. I'm not. Here's another scenario. Could Nolan have been in a fight on Horn Island and was in the water fighting and drowned. I don't know. Again, if that's the case, you have thousands of people that was there. Somebody would have saw something. You're going to tell me with all the adults that was out at Horn Island, you're going to tell me that with all the adults, none of them would have rescued Nolan? None of them would have broke up a fight? Come on. Something had to happen, man. Okay, so the guy that drowned, the kid is Daniel Irvin. Yeah. I think it's Daniel. Is it Daniel Irvin? I think it's Daniel Irvin. The other kid that died, and his friends tried to tamper with the evidence and cover up that they even known him. If they did that and they were his friends, guys. See, this is why, guys, this is, man, oh man. This is why you can't trust people when they say to your friend. Because the black kid that drowned, his white friends, they did not kill him. Let's make that very publicly clear. Let me make sure you can hear me clear. At no point did I say that the white friends of Daniel Irvin, at no point did I say that the white kids killed him. They didn't. It was an accidental drowning. All those kids had to do is report it to law enforcement and keep it moving. They would have went home. It would have been good. Nobody would have blamed them. It's an accident. That's all it is, a freak accident. Right? But now here's the kicker. Those were his friends. And they panicked and then began to tamper with evidence as if though they didn't even know him. If that happened in that case, that can happen in any case. That's why I don't trust nobody in the Nolan Wells case. That's why I don't just jump up. Oh yeah, I'm supporting the friends 100. I don't know them. I can't accuse them of killing him. At the same time, I don't know what may have transpired. They could have saw something and just decided we're not going to talk. You know? But that's up to the investigators to figure that out. It's just crazy. Yeah, in the Daniel Irvin situation, they tampered with his clothes, with his cell phone. They deleted text messages. They did too much. It's almost like they tried to cover up the murder. That's exactly what they were trying to do. They were trying to cover up the fact that they were not with him. And those were his friends. You see that? So you can't just say, well, I'm rocking with Nolan's friends. They're innocent. They're saints. No. I can't accuse them of murder. I can't accuse them of anything. I can speculate. But if evidence come out that those kids, in fact, knew what happened to Nolan and they kept this thing a secret the whole time, Officer Tatum's YouTube career is over. Because you interviewed them, you promoted them, you rode with them, and you made it look like those kids are without fault. If it was me interviewing them boys, I would have asked them real questions. Tatum was not asking them boys the real questions. He was not. He was giving them room to breathe so they could be comfortable. You can't make people comfortable when you're interviewing them. You got to talk to them in a manner that we can get the story out there, because you got to think of, all right, when you're interviewing people, right? You got to look at it like you're asking the question that the viewers want answered. Did that make sense? In other words, I can't make it about me. I can't make it about, oh, I'm Ringo TV, I'm interviewing this person. No, when I ask these questions, it got to be me asking you the questions that the viewers, you folks, want answered. That's how you interview. You can ask your own questions, but your questions got to be more so to bring clarity to the listener. What are the viewers thinking? What they're talking about on the blogs? What are the questions you're hearing more and more and more often? Those are the questions I'm going to have ready for you. I'm going to have them questions for you. Because it's like you had this girl hanging with Nolan. Okay, Where's the interview with her? How come Officer Tatum haven't interviewed her? Did anybody interview the girl? Because there's so much gossip and lies on social media in regards to the girl. Well, breaking news, the female that was with Nolan breaks her silence. And it's just a bunch of clickbait all over social media. Have she been interviewed by the media? Come on now. Because that's the interview people need to hear. Because without her testimony, it's going to just be a nonstop circus, because the friends said that Nolan was with her. So she's the last person that was with him. So how do we know if she's seen something, heard something? They need her testimony. You know? And we still haven't even done a video with that 911 phone call. We broke down the beginning portions, but I didn't play the whole video. I got to break that down too. I might do that later on today. You said he's trying to get a hold of her. Well, he need to hurry up. Yeah, the folded arms messed me up with the folded arms. Yeah. Like I said, Officer Tatum, in my opinion, he dropped the ball on this one. And the reason why I'm saying that is because he took a side. He took a side. You're not supposed to take a side. As a former officer, he should have never did that. He should know better. He should know better. As an officer, when you come to the scene of a situation, you don't take sides. Your job is to gather information to figure it out, not to take sides off. No. Once you do that, your agenda and your motive and purpose, I can't take you serious. I like the fact that he interviewed the boys. I like that. You know, him interviewing the boys, it allows us to keep the conversation going and whatnot and have content to react to. At the same time, he could have asked them better questions and really put them on the hot seat, you know, and not take sides. No. Do what he got to do for the public so the public can decide. Because if anything, he's influencing his viewers to just side with the boys. And that's bad. That's not good journalism. It's not good investigative news reporting. Let the people figure it out. Let the people decide. It's just like the woman who did that crap with the audio stuff. I showed you guys on live that she didn't do no work with that audio. None. She put text to the audio to manipulate the minds of everybody that listens. So while you're listening to the audio, you're looking at text on the screen. That goes into your subconscious. So now in your mind begins to convince you that the words you see on the screen that's what you're really hearing. But when you look at the video or the audio call in its context, these are kids that are panicking on a boat. So if that woman really wanted the viewer to make up their own mind on what they're hearing, why she put text on the screen? She should have put no text and just says, listen to the audio, tell me what you hear. Everybody would have came up with something different. That's why Ben Crump rejected all of that garbage. Ben Crump is not focusing on no damn audio that some woman engineer decided to publish. He's not. He'll get himself in hot water focusing on that garbage. You know? This is crazy, man. Absolutely crazy that people can't see through the grift, through the lies. Let's go.
Updating us on everything. I miss seeing his smile. I miss his hugs. I miss hearing him say, I love you, Mom.
How come you don't hear the stepdad saying that? Why they keep letting her do this? Because women can play on the emotions of other women. I would go as far to say, guys, I believe women financially supported this woman more than men. I don't believe men, in all of their logic and thinking, supported this woman in this grift. I think women predominantly are the main ones that supported her.
I just miss all of those things. And I know that we will not have that again. I will not be able to hear those words. I will not be able to put my arms around him. Like, I know that.
You see how she looks into the camera? Because she want your eyes to see the water in her eyes. She want to appear like she's crying, but really she's not. Anybody can make their eyes water. We see this in movies all the time. Let's go.
And we're just trying to make it through. And we've had so much love from everyone. But we've also had a lot of hate.
Notice we had a lot of hate. Why are you worrying about hate? How could a grieving mother have time to be worrying about somebody hating? How? She's doing that to program you that if you see anybody expressing any criticism towards her and her family, to look at them as a bunch of haters. That's what she's doing, guys. You can't see it? It's like psychological warfare. They're playing games with y'all minds, man. That's dangerous stuff. Dangerous work to be doing that type of evil.
That's one thing I don't really get on any of my social media and talk about is the backlash, the hate that we're receiving, because I don't really like to give those things attention. I really want to try to just focus on those who are supporting us.
So why don't you focus on that? See? She only wants support, guys.
Who are asking the most important question.
I'm asking the most important questions. Where's the biological father of Nolan Wells? Where's he at? Where's the biological father? And why he not there? And why you don't acknowledge that you're Filipino to the community so they know you're not African American? Why are you posing like something that you're not? That's what I'm asking you. Why you're not talking about the fact that your son was drinking alcohol and he's underage, and you're not addressing these things. You're not addressing the possibility of him drowning and dying due to him self-sabotaging himself. How come you're not addressing that?
I care about all these other questions. I truly do not care because me and my family, we don't owe anybody anything.
You see that? Her and her family don't owe anyone anything. And that's where I'm going to leave this. I'm going to leave it right there. You already seen me play this tape multiple times. I'm going to leave it right there. That's the part that I want to marinate in you. She don't have to explain nothing to y'all because in her mind, it's all about money. She was laughing and giggling. Matter of fact, I'm going to let it play. I'm going to let it play. Then I'm going to close out the stream. I'm going to let it play because I want you to see when she bust out laughing.
Only thing we did initially, we just asked a question. We asked, what happened to Nolan? That's it. That's the question we asked. And everyone went crazy.
No, that's a lie. She put out the photo with Nolan Wells' friends. She put those photos out there, gang. That's what she did. Let's go to those photos. She put the photos out there with Nolan Wells' buddies. She did that. You see? She put the photo out there with Nolan Wells' friends. Hold on, let me open up this photo here. Let me do this. She put the photos out there with his buddies. And that created racial tension because what she's essentially saying is these white racists, they killed my son. My son was targeted by white people. And keep in mind, these are Nolan's friends who he always hanged out with. You understand? These guys are in swim trunks, hanging out, drinking beers at sea. This is an activity these boys did all the time. There's probably nothing else to do but hang out like this. You know? You have a lot of people that they're into boats and they're at the water, or they live on the water. They're there all the time. You know? I don't see Nolan saying, my friends, they're racist. No, those were his buddies. So why she made it a race issue and she's trying to dance around like, oh, it's the internet. The internet went crazy. It's not my fault. I didn't create this race issue.
Everyone, and when I say everyone, I'm talking about the people who are being negative about this because at the end of the day, This might be a joke to you. This might be funny to you, but it's not to me or my family. We lost a piece of our heart. And so
She don't look like a person that lost a piece of her heart. You could tell there's no emotion in her.
I would recommend you stop because the hate is showing.
Why is she looking at hate if she's grieving? If a woman is grieving the loss of her son, she don't have time to be looking at anything on social media because none of these people are, in her personal life. So why do she care?
If you're not giving uplifting, encouraging words to me and my family, then just stop.
See, she only want uplifting words and money.
You don't have to leave negative, nasty comments.
People can leave whatever they want. People can criticize you. People can give you good comments, bad comments. It doesn't matter. Why are you watching comments that you don't like?
You don't have to try to create AI videos. You don't have to do that. You literally don't have to do that.
You see that? Look at her laugh. Busting out laughing. I thought she was just emotional.
It's just
She's laughing at AI videos that people created, guys.
wild. And I have to laugh sometimes to get through this pain.
No, there's no pain. I'm pretty much done, guys. Literally. This woman is a joke. And I've been trying to make you guys see the truth, and people keep getting mad at me. She's literally laughing and her son is dead. She's laughing, guys. Laughing like it's funny. It's funny to her. This is crazy. You should never be laughing like this. But that's what she decided to do. Absolutely sick, fam. But anyway, y'all, I'm going to get up on out of here. It is what it is. It's going on almost 6 a.m. in the morning. I didn't even put the trash out. Got the trash people coming. I got to pretty much put the trash out before I end up missing. And the truck ended up coming up. They end up taking the trash. I got to end up taking it to the drop site myself. I ain't doing that. But I got to go sort this trash out for the sanitation workers. Pretty much coming just now. So I'll catch you guys later on with more content. It is what it is. I'm going to go get me something to eat and deal with this trash stuff. Put them cans out the curve for the truck. Shout out to all the sanitation workers that are up early dealing with all of the trash in the communities. Without you, we'll have a mess. So shout out to you guys and gals that do that work. So I appreciate everybody stopping by. Those of you that take the time out of your day to watch the shows, we appreciate you stopping by. Shout out to all of those that subscribe to the channel, all the new channel members that join Team Ringo, right? We have a lot of haters that hate us, guys, because we speak the truth over here and whatnot, but we're going to continue to do our job. We don't care about the haters. They continue to hate. They're just jealous because we're able to connect with the people. And they don't like the fact that I'm gifted to actually do this job. I'm able to communicate effectively to reach all groups of people, not just black folk. I deal with a fair and balanced approach to different stories and topics. And when it comes to the case of Nolan Wells, there's a lot of discrepancies. There's a lot of issues with the family that I don't agree with, guys. They are after money. And they're not showing the signs of a family that really cared about Nolan. It looked like Nolan was living his own life outside of his home where he just hanged out, spent the night, did what he want. They lied about the keys. The keys were at the buddy's house with the car parked. So he didn't even have the keys with him, guys. You see what I'm saying? So there's so many lies. They lied and made it look like the friends stole his phone, and these are all lies. The friend, based on Officer Tatum's video, he said he contacted the mom, told the mom, look, we got his phone. We got it. So when the mom made it clear, we used Life 360 to find him and track down the phone because they never told us where they were with my son's phone. That's a lie. They've been lying from the beginning. So if Tatum didn't put out that video, we would have never got that evidence. So there's things with Tatum's videos that I agree with. I just don't agree with the fact that he took a side. You can't take a side in a case like this. Can't. You got to look at both sides and you got to weigh the evidence and see what makes sense and what doesn't make sense. So that's about it, gang. I'm going to get outside. I got to do trash work. Got to get the trash out. I got to fix something to eat. And I got to do some yard work because in the early AM hours, that's when I like to put down some topsoil. That's what I did yesterday. I don't know if you guys, when you saw me coming from Lowe's, I went and picked up some compost and a bag of fertilizer so I can put down to, situate the yard with the grass and whatnot. But I want to take care of that early once the sun, like it's sunrise and all that other stuff. I want to get out there when the dew is on the lawn and kind of just prep it up before the heat actually, increase and kind of water in the fertilizer in certain spots. I don't do the whole thing, But yeah, I got work to do, guys. So I'm going to come back with more content. We're going to keep this thing going. And hopefully you stop by for the show. If you can't catch the live, you just catch one of the uploads. So peace and blessings to the mods in the chat, channel members, and so on and so forth. Ringo TV reactions. Don't be fooled out there, guys. Make sure you rate, comment, and subscribe to the channel, Ringo TV Reactions, the #1 reactionary channel on YouTube, putting in work since 2006. I'll catch you on the next episode. Make sure you rate, comment, and subscribe, guys. I'm out of here. Peace and blessings to the mods, chat, viewers in the clouds. Make sure you subscribe to the channel. Leave a comment in the comment section. Share the videos. Tell a friend about Ringo TV. I'll catch you in the next episode. I'm out. Peace.
If you like our content, consider supporting via Cash App at $Ringo TV Raw. Become a patron on patreon.com for exclusive video content not shown on YouTube. You could also support through PayPal at paypal.me/Ringo TV Raw. Subscribe to our YouTube channel and click the bell to be notified of new content. Follow me on Instagram at Ringo TV Raw.
This is Ringo TV Reactions, the only channel on YouTube bringing you the truth, 100% raw and uncut. I'm out. Peace.